Hey guys, we're here in OpenFront again, and we're doing something completely different today. We're going to be looking at a replay, and this is a duos match where I played with Neo, and in this match, we actually traded here in Madagascar. Uh, so here we are, we're the green team right here, and then we spawned in this area, and we planned to boat into Madagascar and start a trading empire over here. Because OpenFront just buffed the trade ships again, and they give 50% more than they used to, uh, according to distance. So here you can see Neo just boating into these islands here, and then I sent my early boat out as well. I think over to here, and now these people on Madagascar, they're also smart, so they want to get here. But I think this guy got in a little bit and I kicked him out later. And we basically traded spots with these 3 players here. We full sent into this guy, lost all our land on the main line, which was the plan. And we just sammed up, protect the hell out of this island. And we just started nuking people, trying to balance out the game. And at one point, no one had any structures, which is really funny. So let's go skip ahead onto max speed, so you can see how we expand here. We're the green team. This guy is an anonymous. This guy is a random, but he did really well this match. Hats off to him, whoever he is. And yeah, there was just like trading ports here. He got a warship out, so that's nice. And then I got a hit here, and Neo hit him in the back because of pixel. I have a pixel here, so then I hit back here, and that's how we traded. And then I sacrificed the entire land over here. I just hit Twitter and then let this Eric Zabu hit me. And then I went into Eric Zabu here, and then Neo came in and cleaned them up. So that's how we got Madagascar. And now the thing with the trade ships, right? They don't depend on the distance between ports. It depends on the distance traveled by the boat. So as you can see here, the ports are really close to each other, but there's a trick that if they cannot reach each other from like here, then they have to go all the way around the island, around the bottom, up there. And because the buff was a distance buff, the further the trade ship goes, the more money it's going to make for the both of us. So what that means is the further away the ports are, the better the trade that's going to be. And look at this, we spawned so many warships here, and this is just us trading. We trade ban everyone else from the map. And there's also another thing, is that if you have the port majority, which is more than 50% of the ports on the map sharing between 2 players, no one else really gets any trade. Like here, there's a little bit of trade going out. Like you can scroll around and see there's just a little bit, like around 20 to 30 trade ships on the map over here, and we have around 20 trade ships to ourselves, like right here. Like you can see the difference between these trades over here and the trade quantity over here, because we each have like 21 ports. Neil's almost getting down to 20 ports. It's just gonna be like a continuous ring of trade, and no one else gets any other trade. So while our trade is booming, we're also denying the enemy to earn money through ports. So that is the big reason why we started stacking our ports here. And he hydroed, but didn't make any difference. If we skip forward here, this IDK atoll person, he got really big. and he tried to snipe our ports here with a level 11 stack silo up here, and we caught it at the right time, so we bombed that out, which was pretty funny. And we just trying to balancing out the game right now, because as you can see, the crown is really big, pretty strong. So we're just gonna start bombing him just a little bit, take down the structures. We're over here trying to get a Merv, so we can't let the game be too one-sided. That's why we're just bombing people on the other side of the map. And there goes another Hydro, but it didn't do anything. Like, all our infrastructure is here, protected by like a bunch of SAMs, so they can't really go in here. Even with Hydros, they have to have like 11. Yeah, there we go. That's the 11 silo. And they're just constantly bombing us. So we're like, well, if you're gonna bomb us, we're gonna bomb you back. And that's exactly what happened. So here's a 10 SAM. Let me slow it down. I think we got rid of that pretty fast. We just timed our silos. Yeah, here we go. We timed our silos so we don't have to build any more. And then we just launched 11. And I think that got through because it needs to reload. And he just lost like all his gold on that. Go back to max speed. Yeah. Now that all the trade is down here, no one else is getting a trade. Like, this guy, he has 13 ports, 15 ports, 17 ports, and 20 ports. They're barely getting any trade from that. So even if you have like 20 ports, you're not getting money because all the trade is here with the port majority. So whoever has the most ports have the most trade, and it's off by a long shot. So even if they're combined trading with each other, their number of ports is still less than our almost like 100 ports, around 90. Yeah, there's the Merv. At this point, we're just trying to balance out the game. Trying to take out the crown. And we're just making 1 million per second right now with this setup here. And we're just gonna put some level 1 SAMs around to defend a Merv, because a stack SAM cannot defend a Merv. So here, piece of delivery guy, this guy left the game. And yeah, now the game is pretty balanced. This Anon guy's pretty strong, so we decided to bomb him a little bit. So right now, it's just an act of balancing out the game. And no one can get in, basically. This guy has 8 million. Okay, I remember these two guys. We let them fight, and they merged each other. And then we were sitting on, I think, 100 million by the time they merged each other. So there's really nothing that you can do. And here we're just like doing 1% boats, and he needs to bomb it out because we have more troops than he does. So he's not gonna survive this. And yeah, now I have 40 million. And there's the Merv. And the French baguette, I think it's going to Merv back. There we go. We see the second Merv. And now they're both out of money. This guy has 40 million. This guy has 30 million. We have 80 million. So this is why trading like this is so important. Especially if you keep up the ports in the early game, where you go port first instead of city first, because most people would go city first. And see, like that, they're just spamming tons and tons of cities here. What he should have done is try to compete with our port majority in the beginning. Right now, we have like a total of 100 ports, so it's kind of it's just useless spamming ports now, because you need to waste like 100 million on ports just to get them trading. This is why it's so powerful. If you can just get the ports up and going as early as possible, it will deny other people's trade as well. So now we're just like using atom bombs to clear out their structures. And when they have no structures left, come in, clear up the map, and it's game over. And he left before the game was over. That's how broken this Trademaxxing strategy is. So really, I think this is going to become the new meta in OpenFront. Instead of opening with a city, people are going to start opening with a port. And what that does is it makes sure you have the port majority from the start, because no one else has ports. They all have cities. So you're gonna make a lot of money from the ports, and usually it's three consecutive trade ships. So if your distance is correct, you're gonna make 300k per trade ship. So that's 900k, and with the buff, per trade ship is gonna become 350k, and that adds up to like a million, something over a million, and that's really powerful. And if you keep upgrading the port and keep building up the ports, you're gonna get more and more trade, while everyone else gets no trade. So that's how you get this thing in an actual game. It's pretty cool, and I hope you guys enjoy this strategy, and feel free to try it out in your own games. Just opening up with a port in these team games, it really helps, and people would start using it in competitive as well. So that is another point that I want to get to, is competitive play. So in competitions and competitive events, people always go for city first, because they feel like the more troops you have, the more advantage you have over other players, and the easier it is to snowball. That is correct to an extent, because in the early game, no one really has that many troops, and if you have a city, it's only 25k, and if you have a defense post, normally good players will defend, and can defend 2 times the incoming troops with their teammates coordinated. So with that, we can comfortably open with port first and deny their trade. So in the early game, they would have some troop advantage over the people who start ecoing and putting down their ports. But what really matters is in the late game, or towards the middle game, like around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they're not going to get any trade. So they're not going to be able to build cities, they're not going to be able to launch nukes, they're not going to be able to protect them with SAMs, and we have all the money, so we can keep building cities, we can build ports, we can build SAMs, we can launch nukes wherever. So really, this strat takes a lot of coordination with your teammates, but it works. And I have a feeling it's going to become meta in the upcoming events in the 2026. So yeah, be prepared for that and try them out in your own games. Try and figure out some other metas and some other cool things that you can do with these ports, because they got buffed a lot recently, and I don't think OpenFront knows how broken this actually is. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a change in the video format, talking about some strategy, looking at replays, and finding out some gimmicks that we can do in these real games. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. See you in the next one.